Hey friends, welcome back to the Recipe Therapist and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm super excited to finally get to share with all of you my eggplant lasagna recipe. I've been getting so many requests for this. So what I've decided to do is give you the easy version today. I'm not only going to show you how I throw together my eggplant lasagna, but I'm going to teach you how I make my quick Raos meat sauce to go along with it. So come on. Let's get started. So let's go over the ingredients of my quick and easy Raos meat sauce. So today we're going to be using 2 jars of Raos homemade marinara style sauce. We're going to use 2 pints of grape tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, which I've cut in half, and some of the large ones I've cut into quarters. I have a red onion here, some fresh basil, a pound of ground beef, and some extra virgin olive oil. Okay, so let's make our sauce. What we do first is we take our extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons in my pan, which I've heated up on medium-high heat. I'm going to start out with my sautéed onions and all the tomatoes. I'm going to put them all right in. See, they're sizzling up nicely. And I'm just going to let these cook. I'm going to lower the flame just a little bit. And I'm going to let this cook for about 15 to 20 minutes until all of these tomatoes start to get soft. And then they're going to go into this big saucepan when they're done. So the tomatoes have been cooking for about 15 minutes, and you can see how they've softened up a bit and they're breaking up. They're just perfect. So now I'm ready to take these tomatoes and put them in my large sauce pot that I have waiting here. I'm going to take all the onions, get all those little tidbits out and everything. And in this same pan, I'm going to take my 1 pound of the ground beef and I'm going to saute it up with all the flavors of that tomato and onion in there. And this is going to cook. I'm going to higher my flame to about a medium-high heat. And this is going to cook for about 10 minutes until it's just done. And I'm going to throw that right into that saucepan. Okay, so the meat has been cooking for about 10 minutes. And you can see that it's just done and it's made its own juice. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm just going to add a teaspoon of pink salt. I do like to put a little salt in the meat at this stage. And I'm going to take this right now and I'm going to add it to our tomatoes in our pot with all that juice that the meat has created. And it's looking really, really good. And now at this point, I'm going to take this pot. I'm going to mix this all together, this meat with the tomatoes, and we're ready to add our 2 jars of Raos marinara sauce. So I'm going to add them both in like that. And this is going to cook for about 45 minutes. I'm going to bring it to a boil, and it's going to cook about 45 minutes, and it's going to be done, and it's going to be ready for us to put into our eggplant lasagna. And at the very end, I'm going to throw in my fresh basil for extra flavor. Okay, so it's been on a medium-high heat for about 5 minutes, and you can see that the sauce is now boiling. So I'm going to lower the heat to a simmer, and this is going to cook for about another 40 minutes. And while this is cooking, let's go make our eggplant. Okay, so let's go over the ingredients of our eggplant lasagna. So what I have here are 2 medium eggplants. I have beaten egg, some fresh ricotta, some flour for breading, Parmesan cheese, fresh basil leaves, fresh parsley, salt, granulated garlic, black pepper, 1 pound of mozzarella cheese, and some fresh basil pesto that I made, which is totally optional. So now I want to show you how I like to cut and peel my eggplant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a knife, a serrated knife, and I'm just going to cut each end of the eggplant off, not too much. And I'm going to take my peeler, and I'm just going to go down the eggplant like this until I get all that skin off each side, just like that. Okay, so I've taken all the skin off of the eggplant, and now I want to demonstrate how I slice the eggplant. I like to slice my eggplant in vertical slices. Some people do it in circles, but for this eggplant lasagna, I find it works best slicing it like this, 1/4 inch thick slices vertically right down the eggplant, just like that. You don't want it too thick and you don't want it too thin, so that's how you want to do it, where it works best for this recipe. So at this point, we're ready to season our egg mixture and our ricotta mixture, but I'm going to start with the egg. So what I'm going to put in the egg is the black pepper, the granulated garlic, and some salt. Let's get that all out. And then I'm just going to beat it like this until it's all well combined, and we're going to use this egg to coat our sliced eggplant. And now I want to show you how I season the ricotta. So I have my ricotta in a bowl here. I've taken my 1 pound of mozzarella and I've cubed it. I'm only going to take 2/3 of the cheese and put it into the ricotta mixture. The rest I'm going to use for the top of our eggplant when we're ready to bake it. I'm also going to add in my Parmesan cheese and my fresh parsley. And I'm just going to mix this all together till it's all well combined, and we're going to use this layered in between our eggplant as we put our eggplant lasagna together. Okay, so let's check on our sauce and see how it's doing. It's been cooking for about 45 minutes, and you can see that those tomatoes are really nice and broken up in there, and that it has that nice chunky meat look to it. So now we're ready to add our fresh basil, and I'm going to add, just to take away some of the bitterness, this is totally optional, but I'm going to add a teaspoon of sugar to this sauce because I feel like it just needs it. There is a little bit of bitterness to the tomatoes, so I'm going to add that sugar, and I'm ready to add my fresh basil. And I'm just going to mix it together, and this sauce is completely done, and now we're going to be ready to fry up our eggplant. So I've taken my sauté pan and I've put it on a medium-high heat, and we're ready to fry with our olive oil our eggplant. So I'm just going to coat the pan like that so it's completely covered. And I want to demonstrate how I bread, or coat I should say, the eggplant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a slice of the eggplant and I'm going to put it right into the flour mixture just like that, and just going to be sure to coat it completely on both sides with the flour, and I'm going to put it right into dip it right into my egg batter. Okay, I have a couple ready to go, and then it's going to go right into this pan to fry up. It's going to go right into that egg. You can see how this is nice and sizzling up. It's on medium-high heat, and we're going to cook these for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side till they're golden brown, and then we're going to put them on a plate with a paper towel to dry off, and we're going to get ready to layer our eggplant. Okay, so I'm done frying my eggplants, and this is what they should look like. They're golden brown. They're perfect because they're going to cook more when we make our eggplant lasagna and we put it in the oven. So now I'm going to demonstrate how we're going to put it together. So I'm going to take this 7x11 glass baking dish, and I'm going to put like 2 ladles of this nice chunky tomato sauce on the bottom, just like that. And then I'm going to take my eggplant. I'm just going to start layering it all along the bottom, just like this, until, I don't know, the whole bottom is covered. I've taken these paper towels to dry off some of that excess oil from frying. Then I'm going to take my ricotta mixture that has that mozzarella cheese mixed in there like that, and I'm just going to spread it and try to get it from corner to corner, just like that. Okay, maybe I'll take a little bit more. And then, as an option, I have just my Parmesan cheese shaker. I just want to put maybe a little bit, a couple of shakes in between. I'm gonna start with another layer of sauce. Just like that. Now, I don't want to put as much sauce in between each layer because we can always use some extra sauce when we're serving it on the top. I don't want it to be all mushy and falling apart, but I do put a lot of sauce on the bottom. And I'm just going to repeat these layers until I'm all done with my eggplant. And you're going to see it's going to be nice and high domed on top. And I'm going to put it on a cookie sheet for baking, but I'll show you when you come back. Okay, so now I just want to demonstrate how I'm going to do the top. I've used all the eggplant and you can see how it's really nice and domed up on the top. But now this is totally optional, like I said before. I have a couple of teaspoons of fresh pesto that I've made. I just want to put a little bit on the top layer for flavor and for color. Okay, I'm just going to drizzle it on top just like that. Before I add the rest of my ricotta and our mozzarella and fresh herbs. So this is the ricotta that I have left. I'm going to just kind of place it on top. I'm not going to spread it. I'm just going to place it like this with my clean hands. And you know, it could fall down. It's absolutely fine. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to take my chunky Raos meaty tomato sauce and just pour it on top like that. Not covering it because we want to see all the colors of the pesto and the cheese. And I have the rest of my cut up mozzarella. I'm just going to throw it on top just like that. It could fall down. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can see how high this is. It really makes a great presentation too. And I'm going to break up some of my fresh basil. Okay, just like that. And it's going to add color, more color and flavor. And I'm just going to add a little bit of parsley, like that. Some Parmesan cheese on top. And this is a masterpiece. It's on a cookie sheet because it might spill over. I preheated my oven to 375 and it's going to bake for about, I don't know, 35 to 40 minutes. If you start to see that the top is burning, you could put a little foil on it before it's done and it's going to be beautiful. Okay, so make sure that you put it on the top rack and look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. Okay friends, welcome back. So I just pulled the eggplant out of the oven. It's been cooking for about 45 minutes and this is what it looks like. It looks perfect. You can see how the sauce has fell down the sides and the cheese is melted. And right now I'm ready to dig in and take a taste for you. So I'm just gonna cut a little piece on the corner here. It's still hot. And I'm just gonna show you what it looks like. Oh my gosh, it's so cheesy. Look at that. Is that perfect? And see how it stays together? That's because we didn't put too much of that sauce in it while we were making it. But don't worry because I have my sauce right next to me. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more on top, just like that. Okay, and now I'm ready to take a taste. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. I'm gonna take a nice quick little taste for you. Make sure I get a little sauce on top of there with that meat. Looks great. Wow. There's a reason why you're all asking for this recipe. This is so incredible. You are gonna love it. For the full recipe, go down into the description box, hit that subscribe button and that bell for notifications, and we will see you next time. Take care.